Every time has its moment, and the moment for this time is now. Welcome to the Plutonian Show. My name is Roberto Alba, and today we're going to talk about the house that you were born in. So, as I've discussed in other videos, uh, we know that the importance of the sun sign and the importance of the ascendant. Now, these days it seems like there's a lot of importance given to the moon placement, and it is, yes, the placement of the moon is of utmost importance. However, I think that it's a very interesting and common oversight to skip the importance of the house where the sun is placed at the moment of your birth. And today I'm going to try to explain the importance of such house. And I'm going to use my chart as an example. But to give you an idea, as we discussed in other videos, the sun sign is going to be the ideal that you're going to pursue. Your sun sign is going to be the things that you're going to try to develop in yourself. Those are going to be the things that you're going to be attracted to, but they're also going to be things that you're going to have to develop. Your ascendant is going to be the way in which you are going to accomplish the ideal. So the sign of the ascendant is going to be the way in which you are going to act in order to achieve that ideal. Now, the house that you're born in, it's going to be the background of that story. That's where things get interesting. The house that you're going to be born in, it's going to be giving you all these details, all these things that you're going to be attracted to, all those things that you're comfortable with, all those things that are going to draw your attention are going to be in the house that you are born in. Now, what I mean by the house, it's going to be the zodiacal wheel is going to be divided into 12 houses. The first house is going to be the ascendant, and so on and so forth. Each house is ruled by a sign, starting with, and it's going to be the numbers 1 through 12, and they're going to be, the order is going to be according to the sign of the zodiac. So, meaning that the first house is going to be in Aries, the second house is going to be Taurus, third Gemini, so on and so forth. I'm going to use myself as an example just to give a little bit of a perspective of how that works. So I was born with the sun in Taurus, so meaning that my ideal and the qualities that I'm going to be attracted to and to develop throughout my life are going to be Taurian qualities, which are going to be like the thing. Those are going to be things that I appreciate, not so much that I have, but that I'm going to try to develop in myself. The things that I'm going to try to develop in myself that are from a Taurian ideal, excuse me, is going to be the things that draw my attention as are strength, and strength not just physical, but mental, emotional. It's going to be the ability to produce and to sustain effort. It's going to be to bring it to experience security and peace. To be able to provide for myself and the people that I care about, and overall, gonna be kind of like being being the pillar of that story. That is the ideal. Again, it's like that doesn't mean that like that. That's my wish list, so to speak. Now, the way in which I'm gonna try to bring those things to be, are going to be determined by the ascendant. Now, my ascendant, I was born with the Sun and Taurus, but I was born with a Libra ascending. Now, Libra is associated with many things, but more than everything and anything, Libra is associated with balance. Libra is an air sign. Libra is a very intellectual sign. It's a very thoughtful sign. And those qualities are going to be, that's going to be the strategy that I'm going to use in order for me to achieve my Taurian ideal. I'm going to use the tools that I'm going to be using are going to be, and the strategies that I'm going to be using are going to be Libra tools and Libra qualities, which is like I'm going to use the power of communication. I'm going to use the power of discernment to achieve balance, to be able to detach yourself from a situation, from the emotional side, to be able to judge it properly. And that's one of the greatest things that I found about that sign. It's, to me, it's uncanny, that ability, and I appreciate it very much because it's a very useful tool. It's also going to be, I think, in my experience, it's going to be learning to act by first reacting. Because Libra is the opposite of Aries. Aries starts things, and Libra is not that Libra doesn't start. Like, Libra reacts to the other. That's the thing about Libra. Libra is a very interesting sign, and I found this because being in my ascendant, it's part of the cardinal signs, and the cardinal signs are going to be the ones that move things, the ones that start things. The cardinals are going to be the ones that start the seasons, and Libra starts the fall season. Libra, when Libra begins, the sun, uh, the rays of the sun became less prevalent. That's when the darkness is about to begin. That's when the darkness begins with Libra, which is very interesting. Um, I remember when I was when I was dabbling with the tarot. One of the cards that was most difficult for me to interpret was the Justice card, because I was looking at Justice, and I saw like one of the descriptions is like, Justice is truth in motion. And after I saw that, it completely shed such an interesting light, and it was an aha moment. Um, the thing about Libra is that Libra is gonna, it's like the greatest, and in order to use it for a Taurian ideal, the thing about the sign of Libra is that the Libra is looking for the truth, and there's nothing more solid than the truth. Like, there are many opinions, but there's only one truth, and that solidity the truth brings is the type of unbreakable uh, solidity that it's within the pursuit of Taurus. So that's a great tool to have in order to achieve that goal. Now, going back to the house in which you're born in. In my case, I was born in the 8th house. The 8th house is ruled by the sign of Scorpio. And what that means is that all the things, it's like, that's going to be the ruler of the background of the house. And like, I'm going to be chasing a Taurus ideal with Libra tools in a Scorpio world. Because the house that you're living in and the themes of that house are going to be the ones in which you're going to see the world. That's going to be the way that you're going to perceive the world, and that is super interesting. And it's very, very understated, because that affects the way that you see everything. Now, what does Scorpio rule? Like, Scorpio rules very dark things. Like, Scorpio rules death. Scorpio rules healing. Scorpio rules psychology. Scorpio rules fear. Scorpio rules sex. Scorpio rules detective work. It's it's a very it has very deep and very it can be very daunting. The eight houses. There's two houses that are going to be the difficult ones, and it's going to be the 12th house and the eighth house. Some people say that the fourth house is, and it is, but the really scary ones, like the scariest one, is the eighth house, and because people that are born in the 12th house, like, there is not an easy house, but but they're not gonna have the anxieties that haunt people that are born in the eighth house. It's not an easy house. Eventually, if in my case, that's how I found astrology, because the eighth house rules astrology. So all those themes, all that darkness, it's going to be the background and the lessons that you're going to be learning. That's how you're going to experience the world, and that's going to be the type of story that you're living. I would say that the Scorpio house, it's almost like a gothic uh novel. Like, the eighth house is like an H.P. Lovecraft or an Edgar Allan Poe uh background. Like, that's the story that you're going for. And to me, it's awesome because it's fascinating. It's like I was it's like living in Gotham City, and to some people Gotham City might be like super scary because it's full of crazy stuff and scary things and everything. But man, it's not boring, and it's like, I don't know, like, it's depending on the place that you're born, you're gonna understand and appreciate those things. Whereas, uh, when you see somebody else's chart, and you see what the house that they're born in, you're gonna be able to see, like, oh, that's why they give importance to those things, and that also kind of separates the way that people are, because if you want to say if you want to figure out how come people that are born on the same day are different, like, well, they're born at different hours, and just by having that, they have different ascendants, and they have the sun in a different house, and by that, their perception of the world is going to change completely. For the so the themes of the house that you're born in are going to be the themes that are going to be surrounding your life. Those are going to be the challenge that you're going to be finding, but they're also going to be things that you're attracted to because you were born in that house. The sun is not afraid of the house that it's born in. Like, the sun is going to shine no matter what. They say the eighth house is the house of crisis. But people that are born in the eighth house, like, they are prone to be able to be good in crisis. Those are the ones that's the sun, and and it's like, and that's the ray of hope in the darkest night, so to speak. So it's a very interesting place to be born in. But again, each house has its own theme, and that theme is going to be the theme of the house that you're born in. It's going to be of utmost importance because that's going to be the background of your story. So, as we discussed, and just as a closing note, as we say, we're gonna see it as the sun. The place where the sun is gonna be the ideal. The ascendant is gonna be the strategy that we're gonna use, and the house that you're born in is gonna be the background and the themes. So that's the importance of the house that you're born in. We are learning the language of the stars because we're made of them. And it's by learning the language of the stars that the stars get to know themselves. Until next time, I'm Roberto Agua, and this was the Plutonian Shore. Till next time.